I want the augmented bit. I don't want to just have a camera on the side.
Device. Yeah.
That I can. I want the AI integration. So I would certainly more likely buy the frame if it had a style that suited me, because I want to be able to walk down the road. I mean, one of the things it does, like for example, is translation. So, like when you went to Japan the other month, you could be wearing those and look at a sign, and it'll do a translation, and you'll get the translation on either whispered in your ear or on your glass.
Again, a little bit like the Humane AI badge lapel.
Exactly. Yeah, Humane and the Rabbit are one that we've talked about. All of these kind of wearables, which is a word I would say to listeners to be aware of, but this thing of this category of wearables is going to grow. These things which are alternatives to a smartphone, but give us AI in our pocket or on our eyes or on our ears. I mean, we're going to see much more of that, I think.
Well, now that the Apple Vision Pro is out there in the wild, and so far I've watched a lot of videos from the usual commentators, but also ordinary people who've gone out and bought this device, and they're loving it.
Yeah.
They're loving it. So is the Vision Pro going to kick everyone else into gear in a way that historically Apple has done in certain genres, technology genres?
Well, that's the gazillion-dollar question, isn't it, as to whether it's really going to have traction. I mean, I think...
well, not the Apple Vision Pro itself, but is it going to kick on its competitors? Because, as per usual, I would say that Apple's not normally the first to come out with something.
Yeah,
but
true.
They'll possibly come out with the best version of it. And then it often kicks on. And
true.
People, their competitors start bettering themselves and raising their standards based on what Apple comes out with. I'm wondering whether it will happen with this as well. What will the next Quest look like, for instance?
Yeah, I think it's a good question. I'm torn on this. I think that the technology is pretty impressive, and like you, I've seen the videos, and once it's, they introduce sales outside of North America, I'll try and get certainly a demo of one. If I'm not sure I'd buy one. But the thing that still kind of makes it harder for me to sort of think, well, is this really going to be it? Is the fact is you're wearing this odd-looking, this unnatural-looking device on your head. And I was reading the Ben Thompson article about the Strategy guy, and he was saying, it fits really comfortable. You don't really notice the weight. It's very easy. It feels almost like you've not got it on. But then I watched those videos of ordinary people walking through, like down Fifth Avenue, or some guy on a tube. I don't know if you saw the one. There's a guy on a tube, and he's waving his fingers around like he's typing in the air because he's on a key. And it's just like, you just look like an idiot. And a bit like when those... you remember when those
That's because you're judgy.
Yeah, well, I am judgy. Yeah, but, well, look, I mean, at the end of the day, what we wear is important.
But who cares what other people think? This is we're going on to psychology. This is episode 43, psychology of not giving a bugger what anyone else thinks. Let's not go down there. But I kind of get where you're coming from.
Sean, that's a bit like denying that the sun comes up in the morning. I mean, everybody...
I'm not denying that it happens.
But we're built into have a sense of social engagement, and
some more than others, right? So the guy, let's not sort of distract one another too much on this, but the guy sitting on the subway that you said typing, he doesn't care what people think of him. If 20 other people are laughing at him, pointing, that's their problem.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter whether that's normal human nature or not. For that one person, it was fine. And you're saying it's going to have to take a lot of people who think that way and don't give a bugger about anyone else in order for these things to be successful. But I reckon the same argument was for the Meta Quest. Now, we're not necessarily going to walk around wearing Apple Vision Pros. That's just for the first week they've launched, right? People are having a bit of fun. They're going outside with them. It's probably going to predominantly be an indoor device. And in that way of thinking about it, I actually think it's still going to take off and be very, very popular.
I said I'm undecided. I don't think I quite meant entirely what you said, but you weren't far off. I think the point is, imagine you and John, or and you're going to watch a film, and you have your movie nights, and you've got your bucket of popcorn between you. Would you sit and watch it with both of you having a pair of Vision Pro, with an awesome immersive experience going on in front of you, but you're not aware of each other? It's like you might as well be sitting on your own. And I think that's the thing, is that it takes you into a very internal space. And I think behaviourally, socially, our instinct is to be social creatures and not be kind of in our own spaces. So, yeah, look, I'm not making my point is not that we should all be not be guided by what everybody else thinks. We should be our own people. It's not that point. It's just that it kind of is an unnatural wearable. I think having a phone in your pocket makes us more attractive. Can make you look more appealing if you got the top of the range iPhone. Having an Apple Vision Pro thing on your eyes, I'm not sure it increases your attractiveness or social connectability.
To your point about whether you can share the experience of immersion by watching a film together, I actually look forward to trying that, because I think it could work.
Yeah,
right now,
I would try it. Yeah.
Right now, how much interaction do you have with the person sat next to you when you're watching a film anyway? Other than you share a laugh, you laugh together, you share chocolates. Whatever. You can do the same thing with...
Sue's constantly saying, what's happened? Why has that happened? Who's that?
You'll still be able to do that.
There's all of that. But you imagine watching...
ask AI in the future.
Can you imagine watching Jaws for the first time, and or a horror, and those things, moments of being scared together, and I don't know,
can.
Shaun, look, I'm not arguing. I know. I'm just not convinced yet. I mean, I haven't had a chance to experience it.
So I just brought the opposite point of view. I'm not trying to kill your argument. I'm trying to offer an alternative.